Check 1, 2. Are the chats even joined? There are no chats to join.
This is the chat since Cory's here.
It would be a bit extra for me to put my laptop up, start streaming from there. Yeah, no, I think this is for the best. But welcome everybody to Gamebots, episode number.
Little low volume. Low volume. Blasphemy.
I'm kind of far.
Blasphemy.
I can only speak up. That's not.
Music is a little. How?
But do you play music in the background of like everything, like during Gamebots?
No, I'm just doing it for us. Oh wait, I'm just doing it for us. So you guys shouldn't be able to hear music. My bad.
I was like, damn, like when I'm ranting, it's just a vibe on your side. That's crazy.
Okay, wait. You guys can hear us now? We're good?
Audio check.
Hey, Gamebots!
What episode are we on?
14.
15.
I think it's 15.
I think you said 14.
Oh, no, it is 15. It is 15. Episode 15, guys. Welcome into episode 15, because I did say 14 last time. We're back.
And the vibes this time are still weird. Weird vibes, but there's a lot to talk about gameplay-wise. There's a lot of schemes in action here. We have the biggest twist of all time approaching tomorrow, I guess.
Yeah, and they said that it's something that's never been seen, never been done, nothing. Oh, this is the tiny Vito, by the way.
Adorable.
I know, right? It's like the cutest thing ever. It's a real one.
You're allowed to touch it unless you win it, is what I've heard.
True.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, apparently it's something that has never been seen before. So we're gonna find out together on Thursday.
Yeah,
so
there's really nothing it can be that I think is gonna be good. Like,
no.
If it's the fact that they're building it up so much, I wish I could feel excited, not dread.
No, I'm scared.
It's just kind of how I've been conditioned.
I mean, I'm getting flashbacks to the hamster wheel last year, and like, that wasn't good. I wasn't happy. I cried a lot, and I am scared. Like, I was scared, and I'm now still scared.
We had very different experiences. So our halfway twist was Zombie Week. Yours, like, accelerated everything into one day.
Yeah.
Ours slowed everything down into 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We had this crazy 2.5 week stretch with 0 evictions our season. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Like, I'm hoping, because some people are saying it's going to be Survivor Week.
Yeah, someone said that they're going to do something like a tribal council instead of, like, as soon as the eviction, they're going to go right into a tribal council or some shit. I'm like, to me, I just think that's a load of bullshit. I'm sorry, because there's only 2 people in there that have played Survivor, that are experts at Survivor. If it's anything Survivor related, I'm crashing out, period. I
just think it would be a humiliation kink for Big Brother. To celebrate 1,000 episodes, let's do Survivor Week. It would just be weird. And they already kind of did that by having Dee and Devins on. But okay, I don't think it's going to be Survivor Week. My guess, they're going to throw them in the backyard. There's going to be some shenanigans. Someone's going to get sent home with this new structure. Beyond that, there's only so many different ways they can mix up the HOH and the veto.
Yeah, because apparently there was an article last year where they actually liked the elimination.
Oh yeah,
but they just felt like I don't even think they felt bad that it was Rachel. I just think they didn't expect it to be Rachel.
That was like a perfect climax for them of like it being Rachel. I think when they did like the award submissions, which Big Brother, great show. It'll never win an award. It's just not that kind of show. They submitted the Rachel White Locust episode because this was like, I'm sure for just the normal person watching, it was really riveting and exciting and whatever, and Rachel leaving is such a dramatic moment.
Right.
For all of us, it's like, okay, I guess the Rachel Keanu story's done.
I just, the Frenemies Alliance. You know what's interesting, though, is like, what we think they should do, it's, it's just,
No, by virtue of being Gamebots, we are not under, like, CBS's payroll. Like, they have their version of what makes Big Brother great.
Yeah.
And what they've done has sustained them for 1,000 episodes. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Also, part of being a Big Brother fan is critiquing and criticizing and being pissed off at twists and being pissed off at the house guests.
Right.
And venting about the house guests, which I think we're going to do a lot of today.
Oh, man. We're going to have a lot to vent before we get into the player rankings. I'm just, like, genuinely... Because I've seen people say, like, it's going to be a rewind week. I'm like, I think we are going to have an eviction Thursday.
Okay.
And then it's going to go immediately into something that I genuinely would be gagged if they didn't do an eviction this Thursday. Like, if they did a rewind and, like, let's say they rewound it and did a really quick something in the backyard where it's, like, something similar to Survivor where you have to compete as a team saves, and then, you know what I mean?
So why would they... My thing is they have 11 people. I feel like they would do that with 10 people.
Yeah.
To get the even tribes. So I feel like they would just get rid of Mallory or Taylor or whoever and then split it.
Why not Drew?
Is looking good for Drew, unfortunately.
Tomato.
I have bad news for everybody in chat. Unless you're rooting for Drew. I feel like Drew throughout all of it is still gonna have his people.
Yeah.
He just like I think he has such a dynamic personality in some ways that people are like,
Yeah.
like I'll
He's
tell you what,
also very polarizing, and so I think
Yeah.
that's like the thing.
he's
But,
also gaming pretty hard
Yeah.
for what it's worth. You know,
Yeah.
I enjoy that about him at the very least. So
yeah.
let's dive into the player rankings. Morgan, what was your
Yeah.
experience doing
Oh
these
my
ones?
God. I was actually on time.
Nice.
I mean, on time meaning 5 minutes before it was due, essentially.
More on time
More
than usual.
on time than not. To me, I'm going to be real with my player rankings, y'all. Mine are probably not going to be what you expect, but I have reason, and I can't wait to argue them. There's some positions where I'm like, eye roll. I hate that I put them here. Not in a bad way, but kind of like, oh, I'm annoyed. However, I just know it's going to be a shit show.
I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this time was very easy for me to determine who the top few people were.
Yeah.
And then it becomes like, I'll be open about it, like FAP versus the Taylor Lala side. And it's like, I don't know, someone's in more danger. The other one have been way worse players.
Mm-hmm.
So classic player rankings dilemma, positioning versus ability. And I went with my heart. So
I know, I was like, I might be a little biased this week, but you know what? You guys can't tell me shit. So,
Thog number 1.
you know, Thog number 1, I'd even go maybe like a Melody number 2.
Yeah, there's just something about Thog's aggressive playstyle that I take to. But let's dive into it. Let me pull up the presentation. Here we go. Look how cute. Everything is different because we only have one camera.
Yeah. So just bear with us.
We figured this out on the stream starting soon screen.
Yep. About 10 minutes ago. Honestly, someone said that they would love to see, or they wouldn't love to see the split house backyard thing. I would kind of think that would be kind of neat.
So are you talking
Like,
the Survivor dilemma or actual like Festy Bestie
Festy
split
Bestie
house?
split house.
Or what was it called? Dire Fest?
Dire Fest.
I hate it because it just becomes like Comp-mageddon.
Yeah.
When you're in like, you know, when you're in the final 5,
Mhm.
maneuver all you want. Whoever
Right.
wins the veto makes the decision.
Yeah, right.
And like, I think if they did split house at final 14, so
Yeah.
you got 2 final 7s functionally, it's like,
Mhm.
okay, you could kind of figure something out there
Right.
if you're a good enough player. Final 5s, it's like, poor Joseph, poor, was it Jasmine? I
Oh,
think,
like
maybe?
Joseph
Jasmine.
leaving, like, and here's the thing too. Kyle was like projected to win that game. Like he was in such a good spot, and then
Then you know. Okay, number 11, I think, is the first number.
yes.
This one's interesting. I think there's a lot of very viable candidates for number 11.
Mhm.
Morgan, do you want to predict this one?
I mean, unfortunately, my number 11 was my number 1 last week.
Wow, the real fall from grace.
The fall from grace.
So that's Mallory, is your
That's
prediction?
Mallory is my prediction.
Let's see. Coming in at number 11.
Haley.
Haley.
Okay, let me explain, okay? Because
You went
clearly
with your
I'm on
heart.
the outs.
Yeah, this is your girl.
I am not a what do they call them? The thought, like what are the Thog fans called?
I believe they're called Republicans.
Oh, that was good. That was actually really good. Listen, is Haley a great game player? No, but the benefit of Haley is for some reason the icons want to use her. They know that they can use her. So it puts her in a much better position than I think people in FAP. So I gave her a couple extra points for that. Is she a great game player? No. Do I think she's going to win Big Brother? Also no. But do I think she has maybe a slight of a chance? Also no. But I mean, regardless, I just feel like I put her at 8 because too many people this week in a place of being on the block pissed me off enough to put them lower than her. Because granted, she wasn't really good on the block either, but the people on the block have more connections than she did, and I'm disappointed in them. So this is me more so giving a wrist slap to those you know what I mean? So that's how I feel.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of ways to justify having Haley higher. For me, it's just you look at a couple things like comp ability. She's doing great there.
Yeah.
Especially with Kamu gone, you think she could start winning a couple things.
Yeah.
That's great. She has a lot of allies at this point. She's legitimately in with the icons in a way that the rest of FAP isn't even in with them.
That's why I put her up. Mm-hmm.
She's safe this week. She's not on the block. There's 3 people who are. Like,
She's
this all
competing in
sounds...
HOH next week.
It all sounds pretty good for
Mhm.
Haley. I think if Mallory wins the blockbuster and saves herself, Taylor wins the blockbuster and saves herself, any of them survive a vote, Drew survives this vote like it's expected to be, they have a better shot of winning than Haley. Like,
Sure.
everyone can go home this week, all 3 of them. How the hell does Haley win this game?
Totally.
Haley gets swept by Angela. Like,
Yeah.
FAP hates her.
Yeah.
The icons do not think highly of her.
Sure.
They think she's useful because they really, I don't know, not underestimate her. They properly estimate her game abilities. So like,
And they know that she'll be targeted before them.
exactly.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm.
and a lot of times I say it's really early. And who knows? Like, did it look like Ashley could win at this point? Did it look like Jag could win at this point?
Yeah.
The thing is, we were saying this about Haley week 1.
Yeah.
She was
Just
number like 16 just after Yash, I
I mean,
think.
if we move our
I could check it. She
we
was 16th week 1.
16th week 1, yeah.
16th. So like, this has been the most consistent trend for Haley the entire season.
Yeah.
She's lost both of her red quarter members at this point, which were
Mhm.
like, maybe she could beat Chuck, was like the one theory of how she could win the game. So
Also, you want to know what's funny?
what's that?
Whenever I make my alliance sports, I always forget Haley. Like, chat, do I not always forget Haley? Well, so this time I was doing my player rankings in my phone and I was like counting. I was like 10. I was like, there's 11. I forgot about Haley.
I think you have to put her with Dee and Angela, at least in her mind.
I like
she
low
has
key
those
forgot
things.
she existed.
Drew was speculating that she's working with Taylor today. So that's Drew's reads for the day. I think Big Brother's all about winning. I think
Yeah.
Haley has the most inconceivable path to winning of anybody. Kind of still an unknown quantity.
Mhm.
But I think she's fine if she survives this week. It's a huge if. That's why she's at 9th and not like 5th for me. She played this week terribly. Throwing the HOH is diabolical. And like,
It's fucking ridiculous.
I think what frustrates me about it is it's not just the premise of like you threw an HOH when you didn't know you were safe. It's she knew Dee didn't like her. And she knew the vibes were bad there. Like in her best case scenario, it was gonna be Lala, Taylor, Yash as the noms. And then let's say Yash wins the veto, what did she think was gonna happen? She really thought Dee was putting up Haley, and even if she thought that, she was confident enough because she had to know that she was after that. So like in some ways she got lucky that Drew was on the block, first of all. Like that should have been Mallory. She's the right target for Dee as well. That's all been terrible. For me though, if she survives this vote, right now Taylor is still going against Drew. So she wins the blockbuster, Taylor goes home. She has all of FAP. She is like very hyper aware of the situation at this point, at the very least. Does she
Yeah.
stay in that good head state? You know, I don't trust any of these fat people, but like I think she has a shot if she survives this week because she still has comp ability. She still legitimately has a lot of allies. And this week is like she was ranked number 1 last week for a reason. It wasn't just because she was playing the middle masterfully. She wasn't. Everyone likes her in the house. She's pretty good at comps. She has win equity. She has allies. She doesn't get evicted. I think she's doing fine.
Yeah, I put her at 11 because truthfully, I was just so disappointed in the way that she played this game. Starting off with like openly admitting that she threw HOH, which tells me that she has like really no desire to take control of her game, even though that's what we've seen from PQ all the beginning. Like, I couldn't wait for a Mallory HOH, and then just watching her throw it, just I had never been so pissed off in my life watching this fucking show.
It's crazy.
I was so angry. I was like, are you fucking like Barrett? I'm like, whatever. We'll get to Barrett because I got a lot to say about Barrett. But PQ, the one who's been like, oh, I'm tired of Disneyland. It's like I literally tweeted about this. She bought a fucking ticket herself to Disneyland and found out that it was a fraud ticket. Yeah. Don't piss me off. Like, I was so upset about that. And then moreover, once she finds out that she might be a renom, she didn't go to work. She just was like, she had Barrett go talk to her. I'm like, Barrett? Do you not have a single clue that Barrett is like attached to Dee in like an unhealthy way? Like, no shade, but it's like Barrett, well, like I said, we'll get to Barrett because I have a lot to say about Barrett. But like Barrett is so attached to Dee. She should be able to see that and recognize that, like, sure, maybe he might have some pull, but like, why aren't you fighting for yourself? Like, it really irritates me that she didn't. Okay, you know what?
We're still live though, right?
We're still good.
Okay. That's pretty good.
Awesome.
I disconnected. Yeah, I'm out of Wi-Fi on the laptop. But
it's okay. You guys can just imagine PQ. So anyway,
mobile became an
home. I have no one to blame but myself, and I'm so upset. I just think she put way too much faith into something, and I get that. I have been there before where you put way too much faith in something, and it disappoints you, and you're just like, wow, fuck. But I hope that I hope that if she does stay, that Taylor also stays. No shade to all the Drew fans. We'll get to that. But she does have a chance to win this game. And if she does stay, I hope she capitalizes on it, genuinely.
She could survive the Drew vote, too. It's looking bad, but Barrett's really pissed. And, like, the concept of Barrett flipping against the icons, it's just kind of a joke to me, even if he's upset right now.
I know.
But I don't think she's dead in the water on a vote just yet. Like, she has a day. We'll see if she figures it out. Okay.
Number 9.
We still have a couple nominees on the board.
I'm thinking we're going to see either Melody or Drew here. I wouldn't be that's kind of my guess.
Who would you have?
I put Melody, I believe.
Okay.
Well, Melody was actually no, I don't remember. We'll find out.
Yeah, both of our 10th.
Like, to me, Melody, it's just like all bark, no bite.
There's just nothing there as a player, unfortunately.
Like, she has great DR sessions because to me, I just think she likes to talk shit. And that's fine. I don't mind people who talk shit, like, talk your shit, but she has no pull. She has no sway. She has no absolutely anything. And to me, I feel like when her and Mallory, even though it was going to be a bad move if they kept Kamu, it took one conversation with Drew for both of them just to instantly flip back. Which I think speaks more to Drew than it does to Melody. It's just Melody's doing nothing. Like, to me, when you obviously can probably chime in here, like, when you have a member of your alliance or anybody on the board, on the block in general, you try to start making rounds to just check and maybe even like one thing I'm not seeing this season that at least I did is, like, for example, when I was trying to get Vince to work with people that I want to work with, I was talking him up to them and I was talking them up to him to make it seem like, oh, I've heard nothing but good things from this person. Actually, I've heard nothing but good things from this person. Like, you guys, I think you guys are just like reading each other wrong, low key. Like, it's just, there's nothing that she's doing aside from just spending time with Fap. And then she's with the icons. And to me, she's so mad about this renom with Mallory and isn't going to Taylor, Lala, like Lala, who is safe and can be here. She isn't going to Lala about her concerns about, like, to me, if I'm Melody, I would blow the shit up. I'd be like, we were this. Like, I just think there's so many opportunities for Melody to really try to make moves, especially for her. And she's just stuck. She's just sticking with Fap. And then it's just a problem.
Yeah,
she's a problem.
She's the worst member of Fap by quite a bit. As bad as Mallory's played this week, Melody's played worse. Melody's not on the block because there's no reason to target Melody. The comp ability is like, she seems to be the worst competitor in the house. She's gotten reasonably close to winning some stuff, but like everyone else has actually won stuff and also gotten close. So it's just been bad for Melody this week especially. She's losing one of Drew or Mallory. Likely if Taylor goes, that's obviously like the best case for her. And even that is like not a great situation. She has no sway over the 3 numbers that she actually has, which is crazy. Like, she has Barrett. Barrett doesn't listen to her. She has Drew. Drew aggressively doesn't listen to her. Yeah. She has Mallory. They talk amongst each other, and they convince each other of a lot of stuff, and then nothing moves outside of the hot tub, basically. So, like, I think she has a really tough path to winning. She's looking like, frankly, one of the most likely second-place finishers at this point. I thought it would be Lyric preseason. I think it's Melody.
Yeah.
And it feels really hard for her to dig herself out of this position. What she needs is a Mallory blockbuster, Drew stays, Mallory wins HOH, you know what I mean? And then, like, Fap takes control of the game, then she loses to everybody in Fap.
Yeah.
So I think, for me, I have Mallory above Melody. Mallory might get evicted this week. Mallory might win. I can't see that with Melody.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I just think another thing is I'm all for feeling your emotions and being upset, but she stays there too long. And she isolates herself in the gym to, like, talk on the phone, which, like, I loved that initially, and I still think it's a fun little thing that she does.
Yeah.
But it's like, hang up the phone faster, girl. Get to work. Like, it is really sad because I do think that in the early Melody stages, I'm like, okay, this girl, like, she can actually make some waves. And nothing is splashing. Like, literally nothing is splashing. So.
Yeah, like, what waves could she make? Like, she has to pull Drew against the icons, and every day Drew's getting more sucked into the icons.
Right.
Like,
and she's been told about Drew and Barrett. She has a hunch that she can't trust Drew. And it's like, I'm glad that she at least has the good read on if it's Mallory and Drew, she keeps Mallory. That's the one good thing about that read. Mallory is best for her game. But it's like, nothing's being done. It's just like she has way too much agency in the Fap because that's the only alliance that has ever approached her this entire season. And in my head, I'm like, you watch Big Brother. You're a fan. I mean, how many alliances were you approached with? Multiple.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I had multiple. Like, if you are only having one alliance to your, I mean, I guess she had the four
Mosh
seasons,
pit.
right? The 4 seasons.
Was she in the 4 seasons?
That was the Drew, her, Lyric, Rome,
Okay.
right? So like, but she's had 2. Fap in that.
Well, what's so tough is like, okay, so Fap's gonna get eviscerated because 2 of the members of Fap are actually crossovers people. Mallory might go home. The thing you'd say is like, okay, go to Yash, Taylor, and Lala. But she hates Taylor and Lala. Like, she's been one of the main people who just like, maybe not the microaggressions, but she's just been super like anti them and complaining about them all week. And Lala called her out during the ceremony. I get being annoyed by that, but sometimes you just have to see the bigger picture. And it's like, who's her group moving forward? Just Yash? Like, that's her, like Yash and hopefully Mallory if she survives. There's no path forward. And again, every group I described, she loses to everyone in that group. And she's a worse competitor than everyone in that group. So there's just not a ton of positive. The positive is she's not getting evicted this week, and she probably has a decent amount of runway in front of her.
Yeah.
All right.
Number 8.
Number 8. Let's just reveal this one.
Yep.
Where to start with him?
Oh.
Still nothing.
Still nothing.
The Wi-Fi disconnected again.
What is happening?
I don't know, but it's Drew.
My Wi-Fi was doing so great until it wasn't, I guess.
It's Drew.
The atrocity.
About Drew while I fix this.
Yeah. Okay. So Drew. Let's talk about Drew first. There we go.
Yeah.
So I have him at 9 because to me, Drew has the chance to go home this week. So I docked him obviously for that. And I feel like him finding out that Dee was putting him up, not only after they created the Mosh Pit Alliance, but there isn't anything ringing in his head about why isn't Yash up? Why are there now 2 people from Mosh Pit up? But yet you still want to be so loyal to the Icons, who is HOH right now. And you want to sit there and try to accept that the justification of 2 of your Fap members, aka 2 Mosh Pit members, are on the block. And then you're celebrating because you're like, like, I'm going to tell them about my Never Not Pass because that'll gain trust. I'm just like, Drew still has agency to potentially win the game. Like, I don't think it's out of the question. I just think he is so messy. And the good thing is he is self-aware. He is very aware of it. And like, that's one thing I will say as a player is important. He's even said, I'm pretty sure I'm the messiest player that's still left in this house. But the problem for me is his loyalty to the Icons. And he doesn't realize how dangerous that is. And he's also doing nothing on the outside to really earn. Like, he's trying to mesh things with Yash. But like, he should have read that Yash is the kind of guy, which he's been in rooms with him and Kamu about basically, fuck me once, shame on you, fuck me twice, shame on me. Like, and he's already fucked him over once. So there's no way that Yash is ever going to trust him again. I think that was a huge component to his game that he could have used, and he burned it.
Yeah, there's so many things to talk about with Drew specifically, where it's just like, last time he was in this position, where he was on the block, blindsided by one of his, at that point, Toolshed members. He was way too loyal the entire week, and then everyone recognized he's way too loyal, and they kept him.
Yeah.
Because you should keep the guy who's blindly loyal to you. This week, it looks like a similar thing is going to happen. He was the target at the start. Dee put him up, not as a pawn. We're getting rid of Drew. And then they're like, wait a minute. Drew is so snowed by us, and he's so locked into this thing that we have, despite how many times we betray him, we should keep him around. And he's probably going to be kept around as a result.
Yeah. A
lot of people might say, well, this is Drew's plan. Like, of course he can't be anti-Icon when he needs the Icon's votes to stay. What about all the weeks when he wasn't on the block, and he was still pro-Icon? Like, this week, I think you could argue he's doing what he has to do. In the large sample, he's just too loyal to them. He thinks Devins and Dee are separate entities. And, like, I don't want to be unfair. I understand that we are omniscient and we see how close they are, and maybe he's not a big Survivor fan and doesn't understand. He used the Diamond Power veto on her and didn't tell
the optics.
them.
Right.
Like, it's so damn obvious, right? And he doesn't see it, and he's been told by Yash. This whole thing, Dee and Devins are one player. They are the same entity. They are working together. He's just not hearing it because he's in his mind, Morgan, his game's been perfect the whole time. Like, he's been playing in the crossovers. The crossovers has been dominating. He's been on the block, which has hid his relationship with the rest of them. Yeah. He has no idea that he's basically been on the outs since week 2 or week 3.
Right. The other thing too is, like, when we think about the crossovers, which he's so loyal to, it's like he hasn't taken the time to like take a step back and look like, damn, even out of the crossovers, like, if you take the Icons out of it, Barrett's the favorite.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not even the favorite. So if it comes down to that final 5, I'm cooked first. So if I'm cooked first, how do I get more agency with other players that if they do get taken out, I then become more valuable? Because I think people will end up trying to target Barrett before him, maybe seeing how close Barrett is with D. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I would do. I would go right after Barrett. If I can't get D, I'm going after your right-hand man.
Well, it's like, forget about him being bottom of the crossovers. He's bottom of the mosh pit. Like, he was put
Yeah.
on the block before Mallory and Melody this week. And
Yeah.
obviously now Mallory's the target, but like,
He was the initial one.
he has the same issue as Melody, which is, okay, let's say he wants to flip. To who? To who?
Yeah, he damaged
Mallory's probably gone this week. He hates Taylor and Lala.
Mhm.
He's the biggest Taylor and Lala hater.
Yeah, he
and they
is.
don't like him as a result. She stole his brush because he particularly is annoying her. So, like, he has nowhere to go. At this point, his best bet is go with the crossovers and try to comp out and bring, what's his plan? I guess Melody to the end?
Yeah.
He wins that scenario, I
Yeah.
guess. He could still win the game. He probably survives this week. He probably is okay at comps. Like, I'm more so just realizing Drew, the player, is what he is, right? Like,
Yeah.
he games really hard. He's very active. That's all good. The issue
Yeah.
is he is like Keanu levels of rigid. He
Yeah.
has his group. Any evidence to suggest that his group is not with him? La la
Throws
la,
up-
I can't
yeah.
hear you.
La 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 la.
And I think it's just going to keep going until he eventually gets blindsided by them.
I will say, as like a viewer on a player's perspective, I like watching this type of rat game than like Barrett's type of rat game, and we'll like talk about that too.
Yeah, I mean, the way comparing them to is funny because like one is more active, which I
Right.
like more.
Which is why I like that's the only reason. Like, he is so much more active, and like while he constantly blows up his own game,
Yeah.
it is very entertaining to watch how active he is. Where he throws everyone under the bus, then he panics and freaks out, word vomits everything, then has to go back to damage control. Like, you saw how he was with Yash, where he's like, oh well, I thought
It was
like
such bad
whatever.
damage control.
It was fucking horrible, but it was entertaining to watch.
Yeah, and look, it's like when you see him on the feeds, you know something's happening. You know he's up to something.
Yeah.
It's just he's always up to the same thing, and that thing sucks. So
Yeah.
we'll see if Drew can turn it around. He still has a bit of runway in front of him.
Yeah.
Now we're moving into number 7.
7.
You have a prediction?
What do we have left? 7 people.
We have the icons. We have Yash. We have
Taylor and
Lala,
Lala.
Taylor, Barrett. I think.
Barrett. I don't know who's at 7. I know who my 7 is though.
Okay, let's see. We number 7.
Taylor. I had her at
you're-
5.
You're the optimist. Let's hear it.
So here's the thing. Taylor is going through stuff in the house that people that I put below her would not experience because she's a black woman in this house. So a lot of the things that she's experiencing, people not wanting to align with her, people wanting to target her, is all reasons outside of her own control. So I gave her so many more props because everybody else doesn't have to worry about the shit that she's dealing with and the shit that Lala's dealing with. Specifically Taylor. Taylor has been targeted for a while because she's more of a strategist on that side of the house. Also, I think Taylor, it's just impressive to watch her go to people, pitch actual real evidence on why this person's dangerous, why this. You see her in talks with Mallory, even with D, with other people. I really like her as a player, and even though we've talked about this a lot, even though her strategy idea isn't great,
Yeah.
it's better than 80% of the people in this house. So I think on another season, Taylor could have just been phenomenal.
Mhm.
I really do. I think the issue is like her bringing her tether idea to an already formed strongest trio off of weeks that we've probably seen in Big Brother history,
Yeah.
because it's like they came in as a group. I think she would have done more, like just even better, like on another season. But because she's at least trying, like obviously she gets in her mood, she gets down, but like she's not giving up. She's still talking to Yash. She's talking to Mallory. She's the one who's facilitating these conversations that Mallory should be having, or Melody. Like she's the one who's running those conversations, having those conversations. So I think she is doing much better than people below her, especially, like I said, because of the dynamics of the house and what she's experiencing. So that's why I gave her a 5, and I stand by that.
Yeah. I mean, look, she got a terrible draw entering the house, right? Like, you're right about everything she has to deal with and experience, and, like, she's just fighting from a much harder position than basically anybody else in the house.
Yeah.
I think for me, the issue is that's not going to change. Like, it's not like next week we're getting new house guests. So
Right.
it's just so hard to imagine Taylor's path to winning, especially because she doesn't seem to have the Yash comp ability, because that could overcome these kinds of disadvantages. This week, she's probably quite likely to go home. I think Mallory's the favorite in the blockbuster,
So
and that puts Taylor against Drew, which is a really rough spot for Taylor specifically. Lala staying is great. Her winning the blockbuster or winning the veto is huge, because now she could move into the next week with Yash and with Lala. So, like,
Mhm.
she actually does have a bit of a coalition, but Yash's bribe also really hurts Taylor because, like, it actually doesn't hurt Taylor that much because Taylor really benefits from Fap leaving as well.
Yeah.
Like, She just needs Yash to win that HOH as quickly as possible. For me, the issue is like 2 or 3-fold. Taylor has enemies in this house that, like, those enemies are not a result of Taylor's gameplay. It's not her fault. But she's not going to be able to make amends with Angela for me. She's not going to be able to make amends with Haley. The D thing, that ship seems like it has sailed. And, like,
she had a conversation with Devins that was interesting, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't really been on feeds, but I've been trying to keep up with Twitter as much as I can, but she had a conversation where I think people do want her in jury.
Yes. I mean,
I'm not saying that's
yes
adding
and
to
no,
the win
'cause they're
equity, but
gonna, like, in a vacuum, they're saying that as a case to keep her instead of Mallory.
Right.
You know, and I think they're like saying we can't have Mallory on the jury because she'll just vote FAP, whereas Taylor's going to be a good juror. I wouldn't be surprised if next week Taylor's on the block and they're like, Taylor's going to be a bad juror and vote based on emotions.
Sure.
The Devins thing I think is interesting though, but Devins, like, consistently, the thing he's done all season is build these amazing relationships, have these options outside of the icons.
She was one of them too.
And then choose the icons.
Yeah.
Like, and eventually D just pushes him to do the thing that's bad for his game.
Yeah.
I think that's probably going to be evicting Taylor at some point. I think she has a shot if she wins the blockbuster. She has a couple of numbers. Like, if Drew can go this week, huge for her, because Mallory will work with her, and she has Lala and Yash, and Melody's going to be with Mallory. Melody doesn't have Drew pulling her to that side anymore, and all of a sudden it's a split house, and she's in the better side.
Yeah.
This feels like a very remote possibility right now.
Yeah. I just also think Taylor having that, like, as a person who was an honest player, that is like a huge weapon in the Big Brother house. Like, people really value people that they're like, oh, Morgan is not, like, she's honest about it. I mean, like, obviously you're in Big Brother. Are you honest about every single thing? No. But are you honest enough? Yes. And I think that's the benefit of Taylor, is when people talk to Taylor, like, I can't wait to see tonight's episode, because we're about to see her go boom, 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 and boom. Awesome. Like, tell me why the things that I'm mentioning isn't correct.
Yeah.
Like, I know this. Because we even saw her be like, Barrett, was I not in the shower? And he was like, yeah, she was in the shower. Like, I think, like I said, Taylor has a lot more against her that other house guests aren't experiencing. So I stand by 5th place. I still feel like she can win this game. I know it's way harder for her, but I believe in her. I am sending her all of my energy. And regardless, I still stand on 5th for her. So.
Mobile became an iconic brand by pioneering high-performance fuel and innovation.
I mean, he's in a decent spot. I feel like if he were to win tomorrow, I think most people would just say that it was a lackluster win. He hasn't done anything. I mean, watching him throw that comp, granted, D is great for his game. Her winning helps him because then he can compete in the next HOH. I just feel like he is just way too passive for my taste. Just way too passive. I think for me, what really disappointed me as a player was knowing that he found out Mallory was going up. He knew, first of all, he knew Drew was going up. No pushback. Then he found out that Mallory was going to be the renom, and he was able to be, like, talked off from pushing. Like, that pushback was no shade. It was so pathetic. Like, he's holding D like this, and she's just like, I just don't want you to be mad at me. He's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, it's fine? Don't piss me off. Like, I was raging because I'm like, if all it takes is a wrist thing, then I mean, you're cooked. You're
ridiculous.
cooked.
Like, D just has such a hold of him.
Such a hold. And I saw some tweets where people are like, actually, I think it's reverse. I'm like, let's not go there. Like, let's not, because I think in general, Mallory going, if D were to get taken out next week, Barrett needs Mallory.
Yeah. And
Mallory going this week on D's HOH, the fact that he doesn't, in most of the conversations he's having, he doesn't seem as pissed off as he should be, because he can't really express it to people, because then people will go back to D. So clearly it still shows that he's trying to keep that, like, icon alliance strong.
Yeah.
But it's like, why isn't this something more alarming to you? And I feel like he's way too set on, oh, well, we can all beat an icon because nobody wants them to win. I think that's a sad mistake. Like, I think if Rachel got to the end on our season, none of us would have been like, no, we don't want to give an icon a win. We would have, if she got to the end with valid reasons, why the fuck wouldn't we vote for her? It would, if I was in this house and as a newbie, and somehow an icon got to the end after we all knew that they were paired together, this, I would be in that jury being like, if all of you guys don't vote for that icon, you guys are all bitter as fuck. Because how the fuck do they get to the end after we are all knowing? Please don't piss me off. Also, Barrett didn't push hard enough, in my opinion, on why wasn't Yash going up. I would have tried to been like, hey, like, Yash not going up. Like,
Yeah.
what's the deal with that? I would have tried to be like, did you guys make a deal? Like, was there something going on? Like, I would have been like, you're my number one. Like, I want to go. Like, I would have just tried to fish anything out of her.
Yeah.
And he didn't try at all. It was the most infuriating conversation I was watching. And he had no pushback at all. And he was just like, yeah, I just, Mallory is in the mosh pit. What? Don't piss me off.
Yeah, what
Don't
annoys
piss me
me
off.
is, like, Dee does value Barrett. Like,
Yes.
Dee cares about Barrett
She
and wants to
does.
keep Barrett around, not just as a number. Like, she likes Barrett,
Mhm.
and she does value his opinion. And, like,
Mhm.
he's honestly putting up Mallory and Drew because she has his permission, right? Like, he doesn't like it, and he pushes back, and he says, this would be so
But
bad.
She was gonna do that regardless.
And she's
though, I feel.
comforting him. But, like, if he put his foot down, I don't think it happens. Right? Like,
That's what I'm
she has a
saying.
lot of, like, internal thoughts of, like, I don't want to put up Mallory. I don't want Mallory to go home. And if you've got another person in your corner saying the same thing,
Specifically Barrett. Like, she really
Yeah.
does value Barrett, and that's what makes me mad about him. I'm like, Barrett, you have so much more agency than you realize. If you gave a little bit more pushback, I think she would have went a different direction. Even if it was Melody.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I understand that Mallory is a comp beast, but Yash could also be a perfect renom because he can't target you the following week if he survives anyway.
Yeah.
So, like, you had an out. So now you not only pissed off Barrett, but you're a lot like, I don't know. I just think he should have had a little bit more pushback. And I think, unbeknownst to him or most players, pushback is okay. It is okay to have pushback. It should happen. Like, you need to have those conversations. But the more he doesn't push back, the more she's sitting like, because even you hear it in the conversation, be like, yeah, like, Barrett wasn't too happy, but I think he'll be okay. It's like, she doesn't like.
And Barrett's not going on the block if he pushes too hard. She'll be annoyed at him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been Barrett's, like, perpetual state. Just annoyed and sad and kind of moping. And right now, it's like he wants to talk to Yash about his vote, and he seems more loyal to Devins than Dee, people are saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's that hard to reel him back in.
Yeah.
Again, with Barrett, I've said it basically for 4 or 5 weeks now. Until he proves it, I don't believe it.
I agree.
So we'll see. He can still prove it. He's fine.
Last thing I will say.
Yeah.
We aren't in jury yet. He still has a lot of legs in the game. I just want to see him fight back. That's all. I think there's a lot of potential for him as a player. He's just not showing it. And I understand playing under the radar. Playing low-key, not doing too much. But at what point are you going to decide to play for yourself?
Day
And,
50. I don't
like,
believe in the potential anymore.
I can't fathom, as me, and you guys all watched me on the fucking feed. It was no days off. Period. No days off if I was on the block. No days off if my allies were on the block. No days off if I was in power. No fucking days off, period.
My theory on Barrett is, like, not to psychoanalyze, it's not that deep. It's just, like, I think he went into the house and it was a lot more than he expected. Right? Because it is incredibly overwhelming and it's hard and there's so much happening. And I don't know in real life if he's an extrovert or introvert.
He did say that he's an introvert on the show. So I
seems
try to
like
give
it,
him,
right?
like, some grace.
And I think it's like, it feels like he's been trying to stay afloat while he's been in there, right? Not trying to, like, better his position or be really active. It's just like, he's trying to survive in there and he's still in a fine position. Like, I just think we have to stop viewing him like the nerd archetype gamebot who's going to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
He's just not that. We should evaluate him as a different kind of player, and I think
Sure.
he's doing perfectly fine for that kind of player.
Yeah.
But for I'm just gonna
Someone mentioned that I'd probably align with Barrett. I mean, I would align with Barrett because I do think that he's not playing a bad game. I'm just saying, for me, watching somebody not be as active or push back when they can, it's just frustrating.
Barrett's a pretty rough ally to have too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's just not going to advocate for you, and
Yeah.
like he's so
Like, if I'm Mallory and I watch this show back, I'm infuriated with him.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't ever want to speak to him again, type shit.
We'll see. Coming in at number 5.
Lala.
The highest ranking for her by far. Her ranking
Okay.
so far,
Honestly,
12, 15, 13,
Rightfully
12th,
so.
11th.
Rightfully so.
I'm the highest on Lala.
I thought about putting her at 5.
Not a ton has changed in terms of her game aptitude or ability. Her comp ability is just a thing, right? Like, she's a pretty good competitor. You can't counter her out for any HOH, any veto.
Mm-hmm.
So that's huge for her. Like, when you're an
Huge.
underdog, you need that. She also does have Yash surviving another week, who's not going to target her, who is a comp beast. That's
Mhm.
great. She obviously needs Taylor to survive this week. If that doesn't happen, big problem. I think she has more of a chance in a jury vote than a lot of people would think.
I agree.
She's not very respected as a player. I think she is respected as a person, and that often could be enough, especially if she's sitting next to, I don't know, a Haley or a Melody or even a Taylor. There's so much negative emotion towards Taylor, so like, it's hard to imagine the path towards a Lala win. But I don't think she's necessarily the next target.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I still think Yash and Drew and even one of the icons, like, she could sneak pretty far into this game. Because I think despite her comp ability kind of being on the up and up, I don't think she's being perceived as that comp threat that she actually is. So all of a sudden, you accidentally bring Lala to Final 5 thinking she's Lala who doesn't know how to play the game, who's this 58-year-old woman. Uh-oh. Wins HOH. Wins veto. And, like, why can't Lala beat someone else in the final 2? This is not a house
Even
full of jury
Part
threats.
1 HOH. Part 1 HOH is strictly, and that shit is
Yeah,
the hardest
show it.
competition I had ever been in my life. I can't even say well because I lasted for 0.5 seconds, but I agree with you. Comp ability, 10 out of 10 for her.
Like, Lala could beat Barrett.
Yeah.
In a final 2. I
Totally.
have no reason not to believe that. It's just like, yeah, she can't beat Devins.
Yeah.
She's not going to the final 2 with Devins.
No.
You know, like, it's all about who you beat relative to who you could actually be in the end with. And I think she's doing quite well there. But
yeah,
where are you at with Lala?
and here's the other thing, like I just always bring it back to like where I was a year ago today, this week. I hadn't won anything. I was very well socially connected and I had strategy, but I had no comp ability at this time. And while Lala isn't as socially connected and as strategic, she does have comp ability. And you're so right. I think people just look at it as like, yeah, cool, generational. She won wall comp, and like, oh, cool, she won this veto. But like, they don't look at her as a threat, which I think is great for her. It's like she's not even lowering her, like she's winning comps, and her threat level is lowering. Like, I wish I had that ability. Are you fucking kidding me?
That'd be nice,
dude. Winning 3 POVs, it's like she's got to go. Keanu's got to go. It was like basically who could go between Morgan and Keanu at that point. So the fact that Lala is winning and getting to the point where she's getting more aligned with the icons again, which like I think is smart for her. Like, she sees that protection is over there, and like, listen, whether she's gonna actually be about it or not is none of her business. It's the fact, or none of anyone's business. It's the fact that she's doing what she needs to do to just try to earn some safety if she doesn't win HOH next week. I do think that her connection with Yash and Taylor are 2 of her strongest, obviously, because Yash will never touch Lala. I would love to see her make it to the end. My concern is like, whenever I hear her strategically talk with Taylor, I want to know how she can sell her game. Like, can she win in a speech to tell people how she got there, what she did? And again, same thing with Taylor. She's dealing with some shit that other house guests don't have to deal with the microaggressions and all that shit. And for her to be this high is phenomenal, with her not having as much social capital as other players, strategy as other players. I do think that she will end up being somebody to watch, especially because of these competitions. Like, we know she didn't do well in the balance, but like physical, like the competitions get more physical as the game
100%.
goes on. Like, and I think Lala will be someone to watch out for.
Yeah, I think you compare her to Taylor, and in some ways, Taylor's like game aptitude works against her. Like, this is a weird comparison, but like Lala and Drew are both perceived as so naive strategically that I think Devins thinks I could use Lala, I could use Drew. I don't think anyone thinks they can use Taylor.
No,
Taylor has too much agency, just like being herself. So
yeah.
I think in a weird way that helps her, and it looks like Taylor's has a good shot of surviving this vote. And if she has like Taylor and Yash, and she has this new kind of thing with Devins, who knows? Like, there's just a path for Lala, and she has so many less flaws than everyone else, and she saved herself this week. Massive. She should have been on the block next to Taylor, had like D1 veto, and now it's her game is totally screwed. There's nothing she can do. She's losing her ally or herself.
Yeah.
So good for her. She clutched it out when she needed to.
Number 4.
I mean,
I think it's gonna be Angela.
This was a clean sweep.
Yeah. Angela Murray.
I have very little to say about Angela, to be honest. She is very insulated because she is the least threatening icon. I think she does have win equity. She's reconnected with Haley, which is really valuable because Haley is so unlikable, and Angela will crush her in the final 2.
Yeah.
The issue is, how does she really overcome Dee and Devins?
Yeah.
She needs basically other people to win to do that for her.
Totally.
That's concerning. And also, I just don't think Angela's web of relationships really exists anymore. She kind of just has the icons, and she has Haley. And, like, Drew likes her. Barrett is not thinking about Angela when he's considering the icon. So, like, she's safe. She's going to be there for a while.
Yep.
Compability's looking like a problem. Win equity, not a problem to me. But it's kind of like, okay, you got Izzy. She's running to the end with Suri and Jared. You got to have a plan to beat Suri and Jared at some point. Otherwise, you're just playing for third. You're playing for fourth.
Yeah.
Right now, Angela's just playing for third.
Right.
If the circumstances around her change, maybe that could change. It's just like, if she can win a jury vote, she's not going to be taken to the end.
Right.
If she can't win a jury vote, she'll get taken to the end and lose.
Right.
How do you overcome that as Angela? You win a comp. It just seems hard to imagine.
I know. I would really be curious to see how she maneuvers the game when D or Devins is taken out. Because I do feel like people view her as someone to take to the end.
Yeah.
Which I still think can be very dangerous. I think Angela is very good with how she talks about, like, whenever you hear her talk about 26, whether she's being truthful or not.
Yeah.
People listen. She paints the story and it fits. I do think her winning that blockbuster was a big confidence boost for her. She's in a great spot with the icons. She's the least threatening. And I think when the icons start getting taken out, people are going to look at players like a Barrett, a Yash, a Taylor to target more than they would in Angela. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Angela perform better than she did on 26.
Yeah.
Top 5, top 4, I could see that happening for Angela. I just want to see kind of how she moves. I really want to see her not like fully disconnect from the icons, but really start to get her game together.
Yeah.
You know, and I think she will, because she knows that her jury experience was just like, once everyone on 26 was done with her, it was like, okay, cool, we can get rid of Angela.
Yeah.
Where I don't think we'll see that this year.
Well, I think what's key is, like, Big Brother is not a game that's played in a vacuum. It's played with the people that you're playing with. And, like, she can't win a jury vote. No one thinks Angela's the strategic mastermind. They're dragging her to the end because there is that certain animosity of, like, I'm getting voted out and she's making it further because they think she can be dragged there. Like, that happens to jurors sometimes. He would vote for her.
Yeah.
Devins would vote for her.
Yeah. Haley would vote for her.
Barrett and Drew would vote for her.
Maybe even Mallory.
Lala would vote for her. Like, she just, with this collection of people, can get jury votes, right? It doesn't mean she necessarily will. I just don't think that's the biggest issue for her game right now. She's got to have a plan. Yeah. And currently, there's just not a plan.
And Angela can also win, like, those booth comp type of HOHs. Like, I would not be surprised if we see an Angela HOH in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still hoping for
I think it's bound to happen.
Just because Angela HOHs are notorious.
Disaster, yeah. I need it. I need it.
What does she even do with one at this point? Probably just get out Yash.
Yeah.
Like, Yash or Taylor.
But I can see Dee trying to tell Angela,
hello,
like, Yash can't put us up. So if Yash can't put us up, do we really target Yash, or do we go after, like, a Drew Melody situation? Like, because, you know,
Drew and Barrett are really good targets for Angela.
I know, like, really good. I would love if Drew does survive, if Angela were to put up Drew and Barrett.
I unironically need Angela to be paranoid.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping.
And if Dee pushes so hard to save Barrett or Devins to save Barrett or Drew or whatever, I need her to channel old Angela and be like, am I actually with them?
Yeah.
Like, why are they? And I think then maybe something could happen. But
yeah, number 3.
Easy 4th place. Coming in at number 3, I think this was a pretty obvious top 3.
Yeah, I think obvious top 3. I'm curious what people have people at top 3 though. Like, who's next?
Yash.
Okay, I had him higher.
I'm the lowest. So Yash has been doing really well this week.
Yeah,
and like, his efforts with Drew and Barrett are kind of useless. Like, he's just venting, really, because he's telling them everything they need to know, and he's, like, spelling it out for them. It's just not working. I don't blame Yash a ton for that, but like, it's not working, and that's bad. He is going to do really well if he's able to keep Taylor and Lala this week. Lala's already safe. Taylor looks like there's a decent possibility. Even if Mallory stays, that's someone Yash can definitely work with following this week. For him, getting Drew out, if Barrett presents that possibility in the next, like, 12 hours, he has to jump on it because that could be, like, game-saving for him. Yeah. The bribe is brutal. The bribe is holding him back really bad because even if he's able to flip with Barrett on this vote, he's going to have to put Barrett on the block.
Yeah.
Right? And he's going to have to put Melody on the block. What he should do is put up Barrett, Drew, Melody, or Barrett, Drew, Haley, go to them and say, here's the deal. I have a bribe saying I can't put up these 3 people. I don't want to put up Taylor and Lala.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry. This is not what I want to do. And hope they understand enough to target the icons next week. Yeah. I don't think it would work, but I still think he has to win to just burn the bribe.
Yeah.
Basically, he is the best positioned person in the minority. He is the best competitor of any of those people, but he's hamstrung by the bribe. So for me, that put him at 3rd instead of top 2.
See, I feel like he can use the bribe to his advantage because, like, let's say he does win next week. He can easily tell Drew, Barrett, Mallory, Melody, like, hey, I don't know if you guys are aligned with them, but it sounded like you guys were, and they wanted to offer me a deal. So what does that tell you guys? If they're offering me a deal, that means you guys are disposable. So unfortunately, I did take the deal because it's my life in the game.
Yeah.
But I am gonna have to put you guys up solely because of this deal. Otherwise, them three would be up, and hopefully this sparks some sort of something for you guys to target them. Because the only reason why I am putting you guys up is because I have literally no choice.
For over 40 years, life extension.
All of a sudden, it's easier for him to find nominees when he only doesn't have to put up 2 people.
Question. Let's say D somehow gets evicted or eliminated or whatever the fuck they have planned.
Yeah.
Is that bribe still binded because she's out of the game? Like,
It
does he
should.
still have to protect Angela and Devins?
My gut tells me he still
Yes.
gets the 5K, so the bribe still exists.
Right,
The
so he
exchange
still
was
has to keep-
$5,000 for this deal.
If he's next situation, he has to keep them safe.
I
I'm
believe so.
Yeah, that I would think so too. But I was just curious. But either way, I think Yash is playing super well. And I know some people in the chat are saying like he needs to like wait and throw because he doesn't really need to. The dangerous part about that is like if he waits to throw, he's putting all of his game in the icons. Like if I'm him, I'm like, look, even though I can't put them up, I need to get out people that are bad for me, like Drew, like Barrett, like even Mallory. If Mallory and Taylor stay, he should go after Mallory. Or like it should be, if Mallory stays, it should be Melody, Barrett, and Haley. And then his replacement would just have to be someone that stays next to, like, it would just be really tough. But regardless, I think throwing would just be I don't think it would be a very good idea. And Yash, luckily for us, he could make me eat my words right now, but he doesn't seem like the type of player that is going to throw competitions.
In my head, it's so bad to throw because, again, he got to get rid of this bribe. Like,
Yeah.
that's the key. But if he could throw specifically to Taylor or Lala, it's fine.
Yeah.
Because they're going to target the icons, and all of a sudden, the bribe is less restraining on him at that point. So, if it's a knockout comp and he has the choice, I wouldn't kill him for it. Especially, maybe an endurance comp could be coming up in some capacity. Lala has a good shot in that.
All right.
Number two.
I think we know this one.
I don't think we do.
Oh, we don't. D.
D.
Okay, I had her high, and I was debating between putting her or Devins, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the only reason why I put her at number 1 was because I think that doing this bribe, like being able to pull off granted, Josh really couldn't say no, but her being able to like do what she's doing, and I know a lot of people are pissed off at her, but I think also people recognize that Devins is more threatening than D. So to me, I think they were interchangeable. If I could have put them both at the number 1 spot, I would, to be honest. I view them the exact same, truthfully.
I think D's just worse than Devins at Big Brother.
No, totally.
Like, and I think the key difference between the two of them is like D makes moves strategically and then sits. Devins, when those moves happen, goes to work. Devins is like the one really working with Barrett and Drew all week. D, to her credit, and I think this is like her best stuff this week, just keeping Barrett with her basically, and maybe it's
strong.
spiraling tonight, but like she's done a good job this week so far. And Devins has done this great thing where like he's gotten permission from D to shit talk her to everybody. So like Devins has been going on this like tour being like, I don't know what D's doing, and like it's in the guise of I'm making sure no one knows how close we are, right? When in reality it's like just pinning a huge target on D instead of Devins. Devins not doing that on purpose, to be clear. Like he doesn't want D to go home anytime soon. And D, the thing I have that I like D more than Devins, D seems willing to cut Devins in a way that Devins is not willing to cut D. I'll kind of believe it when I see it with D. Like, she seems pretty locked in with Devins. But D has made this, like, she had 2 HOHs. The first one was okay. This second one has been kind of a mess. Mallory's the right target, but she wants to blindside Barrett and Drew. That's too far. It's too far for Barrett. Like,
it is. But it would be so juicy.
It's just really, really bad. She has Haley and Angela, which is by far, like, her biggest piece in the game, and the world where the end game goes through Barrett, Angela, and Haley. That's how D wins. But if Drew sticks around too long, Taylor sticks around too long, Lala sticks around, if like the outsiders put up a good fight, Devin is probably going to win the game. If the outsiders get picked off one by one, I think D is going to win the game.
Yeah.
For
it really
me,
depends on who gets taken out.
The compability seems to be on the outsiders. So that's just kind of my bet right now. I think D's been messy, but she's been pretty fun. She's always going to be chaotic.
Yeah.
If we get a blindside, that's going to be another thing that's like, thank you, D, for making a terrible move for our sake.
Yeah. Team
But
fun feeds.
I also don't like the way she's played this week with Angela and Haley talking about Taylor.
I guess they told Drew and Barrett about an hour ago about evicting Mallory. Which,
So that's why Barrett's spiraling, I guess, right?
Yeah. Which, listen, we already talked about Barrett. This is why you should win HOHs. is why you should win HOHs. Like, if you, like, here's my thought, just really quick on the Barrett thing. If you're so crossover strong, then winning that HOH isn't bad for you. You don't have to show your cards are already over there.
You could go put
What are we talking about?
Yeah, for Barrett especially. Like, he could have just targeted Yash.
He could have literally
that
put
been
up.
Easy.
He could have put up Yash, a Haley, and maybe a Lala or
Taylor,
a Taylor.
Lala, Yash. Like, I don't want him to do that.
Right.
But he could have done that. Everyone would have understood. Taylor and Lala would have been mad at him, and he would have gone, okay, I'm sorry. And it would have been fine. So.
Oh, because Haley told Drew? See, now that's bad for Haley's game.
Now we're playing telephone. Like,
yeah.
We're working off when we did these rankings. So
right.
Feel free to keep correcting us. But
number one.
Last thing I'll say about D, I'm not super high on her comp ability. The balance beam was one that's always been in the back of our minds of like, when that pops up, D's got a good shot.
Winning.
Some people threw it to her. It doesn't matter. She's clearly very good at a balance beam.
But the strategy behind it was atrocious. Like the way she was like, so you know how like they have like the little logs that you have to go to.
Sure.
So she did all the other ones in the center and then did the log ones, where instead you should just go by order.
Go to a circle.
It was horrendous. So like strategy wise, terrible. But you know,
we'll see.
It was.
If she's willing to cut Devins, that gives her a great shot. Because right now Devins crushes her in a final two.
I think she does eventually.
Like she could get Angela, Haley, Barrett. I don't know if she gets Drew, and then all of FAP I think is probably going Devins, and Taylor and Lala would go Devins, and I think Yash would go Devins. Like she needs a specific jury if she wants to get to that final two. She's against Angela. I don't know. Like she might win. She probably wins, but it's just not certainty. Like her jury management has been bad. It'll be like Chelsea, to be honest, where Chelsea gets to the final two. And she does not have a lot of great relationships in the jury, but it's like, you gotta respect it. Like, come on, this is such an easy decision. That's how D wins the game, not through her social play.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were saying, like, oh, she has plenty of time for jury management. I'm like, people remember everything.
Yeah.
Like, when Kelly was evicted, she literally said, Vince and I had a final two at this date. Vince, Adrian, I this. Like, she had a list of things that pissed her off.
Sure.
People will do that. Like, it's just bound to happen. So that's the hard part is, like, jury management. I feel like I would like to say I was great at that. Like, very great.
You were winning a jury vote.
Yeah, like, it's important.
I think the tough thing is D is playing this game, like, if I get to the end, like, she keeps saying this, I'm playing with my head, not my heart. You know what I mean? I'm playing with my head, I'm making these moves strategically, I'm blindsiding people, I can't let my heart get in the way. Big Brother requires more heart than Survivor, right? Because when you make the betrayal, you're probably living with that person for 3 or 4 more days until the vote. Yeah. When they're stewing in the jury for 2 or 3 weeks instead of 2 or 3 days on Survivor. So, like, the jury management is just something to track. Maybe she's, like, been dominant enough and in control enough where, like, again, it could be the Chelsea angle. We'll see. Number one. So.
None other than Devins. I had him at third because I had D first, Yash second. I'm just, you know, I'm apparently I'm a Yash can. Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
clearly.
I saw on Blue Sky, it was hilarious. Everyone's like, is there any space in, like, because I guess they start calling themselves like raccoons because raccoons like to be in a trash can. Like, it's just so cute. I'm a big Yash fan. And for Devins, like, listen, he has the best social game in the house. He has a way with people where he's able to talk to them and help them understand where he's coming from. He has this really good way of being like, hey, man, like, I'm just doing my best.
Yeah.
Like, I had a Diamond Power veto. I didn't even know what the hell that was, but I had to use it to save D. Like, and I think it's just, he's playing well. And I think he is positioned well on that side. I think anybody going home this week, except Drew going is bad for his game, but like, clearly he's going to use that, like, where let's say Drew does go home, he's going to tell, like, listen, I didn't want this to happen. Like, he has ways to make it seem like it's not his issue. If Mallory goes, phenomenal for his game. Even if Taylor goes, like, I do see them mending that relationship a little bit, but Drew leaving is the worst for his game out of the 3. But I do think, like, right now, if Devins was in the finals, he wins the game.
Yeah, I think he beats
100%.
Anybody.
He literally beats anybody.
He gets the icons and he gets the boys.
Yeah.
And that's the votes.
And that's the one thing that is so good about him is he has 2 boys that are just devoted to him in ways that he's not to them. And he knows for a fact that's 2 jury votes, and so is D and Angela. That's 4 to win the game. Like, he already has 4 locked votes at this point in time, and we're not even in jury yet.
And he has Taylor and Lala. Like, unless, like, it's against each other. Like,
And Drew and Barrett, most likely, I mean, depending, because Drew could leave this week, and I'm not saying I don't know, it's, you know, whatever. But I'm just saying, if Drew does make it, even if he doesn't, that's still 3 votes. That was the danger about Ava, for example.
Yeah.
She had 3 locked votes in jury. We were like, fucking hell, like I can't do that. Same thing with Will. Like it was a lot more tricky with that. So I think Devin's being a stronger player, having more social capital, comp ability for one. I mean, he has had certain competitions that like where Haley should have easily slam dunked that HOH that she missed. But he has ways to win these competitions. He's in the rooms that need to be in, where he's getting information. He makes people paranoid when when Drew and Barrett got like weird, I guess, about him potentially like overhearing a conversation that he didn't like. He just gets a lot of information that I think he uses very well.
I agree. I think he's doing really well, and like his problem is he's too loyal to D.
Yeah,
he's gonna take D to the final 2. It's not that big of a problem if he wins. His comp ability is a huge question mark, right? Like he won both the week 2 comps. Been very quiet since then, and a lot of these physical stuff he just cannot win, right? Like Drew will beat him, D will beat, Haley will beat him.
Yeah.
So like there is a concern he gets to the final 7, and it's like, all right, we all know Devins has to go, and everyone just realizes like he's the alpha threat, but he's the alpha threat who can't win these comps. Let's vote him out. I still think he could win some of those competitions, like especially if it's the mix of physical and mental. He's not very physical, but he's all right, and in the puzzles he's really good. Like, could he win comics? Probably not, but could he win some of the vetoes you won where you're kind of like running around and putting up the... Yeah, I think he could win that. So, and those are great moves for him. Like, getting rid of Mallory is so key because Fap being dismantled is huge for Devins.
because the boys go to him.
He gets to keep Drew at the very least. Yep. Like, I think that's the one thing that worries me about Devins. He needs to realize Drew is his number 1 asset in this game.
Yeah, he needs Drew desperately.
He needs him. And, like, this premise amongst Drew and Barrett, they keep talking about, you know, like, the icons can't win in the end. They can't win in the end. They can only win against each other. One of them going to be stupid enough to take Devins to the end.
Right.
I think it's obvious enough that they won't. Like, he's just so visibly the dad of the house and has this reputation.
Yeah.
But,
because it's like, D has Barrett, Angela has Haley.
Yep.
He should recognize that he has Drew, and it's just like kind of, you know.
Whoever stays, Taylor and Lala, whoever's there longest, he should scoop up. He has the inside track.
I think he'll scoop up. I'm praying that Taylor stays. I think he'll scoop up Taylor.
It's just, does he fold when D says it's time for Taylor to go?
I think it depends, because I know Devin wants to win this game, and he made it very clear. So we'll see. Hopefully.
We'll see, but that is our player rankings, everybody.
Yay.
Thank you for bearing with us through the
atrocities
Y2K
of our
technological malfunctions.
We'll just blame it on the fact that a heat wave in LA.
Blame it on the alcohol.
Exactly.
But anyways, thank you guys for hanging out. Morgan, any final words before we say bye?
Final words. I thought last week's blockbuster was gonna have my heart through the roof. Like I may actually get emotional on Thursday. I'm not prepared for that. So oh my God, come in, Kelly! Oh my God, wait here, sit. Oh wait here, you can have it. Lovely seat.
Okie dokie.
Okay,
Hi.
everyone say hello to Kelly.
Hi, everybody.
Second appearance on Gamebots.
Yes, second appearance.
Right.
Well, let's get some of Kelly's thoughts. Kelly, who is your who are you hoping to? So Kelly and I are planning on doing some witchcraft to potentially make sure that a certain house guest we won't release yet goes home this week.
I'll have to clear the premises.
Yes.
I'm not. Yeah. This feels like a you guys thing.
So it's I have to reverse a hex.
Yeah.
Reverse. So you already done a hex.
I've already done the hex.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you regret that hex?
No, not at all. I did
Okay.
the hex on the first group Jason was
A casualty.
But it was the first,
Jason, why?
The whole first group that went in the house and now Taylor's
So what I'm
left.
hearing
So
is
you're
this is
responsible
your
for
fault?
Ashley?
Yes.
No, I'm kidding.
I'm so sorry, Ashley.
Well, Kelly, winner
It was
pick.
worth it.
Who's winning BB28? Yeah, that's not a bad pick.
We said Dennis is another one too. I know.
It's D. It's obviously.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
I could see you fitting right into FAP though. That feels like that would have been your squad.
I know.
We were actually
At least
talking
the
about that
girls are
earlier.
fat.
We were
I
talking
was
about it earlier.
expecting like the fun and the games that they're playing this season.
Oh,
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
When I went into the Big Brother house, and then I got the Mictator. I got Jimmy. Who
It was a cynical season.
Nobody wanted to have fun with me, and nobody wanted to play with me. And I feel like this season they would have played with me.
Yeah, I think you and Mallory would have definitely been, but you guys wouldn't have been
We
casted
The
together.
concept
Because,
of them
couldn't have
casting
been
yeah, I know
both
what I'm saying.
Mallory
Like
and
they
Kelly.
wouldn't have been cast
They
together
would have
at
been like
all.
their sisters.
Yeah. Anyway, any final
Anyways.
thoughts, guys?
I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us for the in-person Gamebots. We will be back on Sunday for another episode.
Yes.
And everyone, watch feeds. Apparently, shit is going down right now, so we're gonna
Ooh,
go do
really?
that.
And the episode tonight, guys. Don't
And the
forget the
episode
episode. Okay, bye.
See you guys.